So here's the thing. I think you're supposed to be bad when you first start. You're supposed to be bad at something when you first start it. I have just decided as a 27-year-old to start a YouTube channel. It is something that I've tried to do probably every 2 years since I was 9 years old. And I always let my own cringe, my own embarrassment get in the way because you're gonna be bad when you first start. I'm gonna be bad when I first start. I'm probably being bad right now. You know, because I've not done it for very long at all. I never followed through with any of those past attempts. Didn't get so far as posting a single video. I think that there's something maybe that someone else could take from my personal experience at the moment. Having this inclination to do something, wanting to create something, but putting it off year after year after year because of fear, essentially. I'm essentially scared of what the world is gonna think of me, but not even that, but more so, what does it mean? How am I gonna think of myself if I put myself out in an embarrassing way? And now, just recently, I've started to like rethink the idea of it being embarrassing. I think maybe until like now, like even a few weeks ago, I just assumed that by me being loudly who I am and doing what I want, feeling like that's embarrassing, like that's cringe, to be fully yourself, everything open, flailing about for the world to see. Have a little bit of shame is maybe my previous philosophy, but also at the same time, that's so contradictory of how I view the world. People that I enjoy the most, look up to the most, draw the most inspiration from, are the people that are simply being the most themselves and not thinking twice about it. And I have been meditating lately, and that's something that has been coming up, is just do it, put yourself out there, and don't think twice about it. Every second that's passing, that's in the past. You don't have to think about it anymore. What do I want to do right now? What do I want my life to look like a year from now, 3 months from now, 5 years from now? And ultimately, I'm resisting the urge to say, as cringe as it sounds, I want to be in the entertainment industry. Put it out there, it's out there. Call it embarrassing, if you will. Me, who I was last week, I would have said that that's kind of embarrassing, low-key. I'm jealous of anyone that can own that for themselves, and jealous of anyone that can make it happen for themselves. So I think I'm just, as a grown woman now who lives in a cabin, I've just decided to let that go, and I'm just gonna put myself out there, limbs and all, rolls and all, hairy pits and all. I'm just gonna put myself out there, do me, do what makes me happy, and just see what happens. So, you know, welcome to this. Welcome here. This is my bed that I'm on currently. Yeah, this is my house. I live in a cabin in the middle of South Australia, like literally in the middle of nowhere. I think that this is pretty cool, you and I sitting down right here, doing our thing. You've never seen me before. I certainly don't know who you are, if there is even anyone watching, which would be really cool if even just, okay, so it would be so cool if even just one person enjoyed whatever the heck I'm making, whatever the heck I'm putting out into the world. If just one person liked it, how sick is that? How sick is that? I mean, what's even sicker is if I like it. You know, that's gonna take a little bit of self-restraint in the judgment department, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so obviously I'm gonna be bad at this. Obviously my editing skills aren't gonna be up to snuff, but I think that there's something kind of beautiful about that. Back in the day, when I was a teenager, 2012, 2014 era, when all of the beauty gurus were coming out, seeing them in their childhood bedrooms, watching them, they were the same age as me, kind of watching the evolution to where they are now. There is something, even for me, weirdly nostalgic about going back to those videos and watching them in their bedrooms creates me like a kind of nostalgia. So I guess that's the cool thing about where I am here now. My life is pretty simple. It's pretty boring right now. And you know, I don't think that to have a YouTube channel, you have to do anything extravagant. You don't have to be anyone super crazy, or you don't have to be super complicated. I don't know. I think that there's something for everyone out there. Not everyone's gonna vibe with everyone, and I feel like I always excluded myself from the circle by thinking that the YouTube platform is already like oversaturated with people who have already become successful, and I feel like I'm kind of claiming my place back in that, being like, you know what? It is inspiring to watch successful people, but it's also super cool to watch people from the beginning of their journey. And that's what I invite you guys to do. Come along for the ride. We're at the beginning. You didn't miss anything. Yeah, I guess my biggest goal with doing this is I literally just want to connect with as many people as possible. I just want to expand my human experience. And yeah, like I am in a really weird place in my life right now where I don't have a social life. For the first time in my entire life, I don't have a social life. I'm living with my partner. He That is my whole social life. I have a job that I hate. We live in a place that neither of us like, but kind of have to be here because I have to do remote work to extend my working holiday visa here in Australia. Not making real good money. Grocery shopping kind of takes a huge dent. Cost of living in Australia right now is just crazy. Yeah, my life is just really strange right now. Okay, also my life is strange in the sense that in two to 3 months from now, I have no idea what my life is gonna look like, which is cool. It's exciting. I've done this before where I've gone kind of month to month of like, I have no idea what next month has in store. I have no idea where I'm gonna be. I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing. I do know that I will be here until the end of April, when I can then extend my visa, and then we can leave and travel some more or end up somewhere else in Australia. We don't know. It is exciting, and having done it multiple times before, the first couple times doing it, it is really stressful and eats away at you, but now that I've done it, gained a certain kind of confidence knowing that it's not that hard. I mean, it's not that hard for me now because I've already done it a couple times. You get through it, everything works out, you're never actually in danger. Bad things don't just happen to you. It's all about, maybe I'm getting too philosophical here for the moment. Do you think it's about the positivity that you carry and extend into the world around you? Things just work out. So come along for the ride. I'll be here. I have no idea what my content is gonna be. All I know is that I just want to do it, so I'll figure it out on the fly. I'm open to recommendations. I'm open to Q&As. It is kind of funny talking to myself right now, but it sounds so dumb, but I do feel like I'm talking to other people, even though I know that this is my second video that I'm making for this particular channel. No one knows we're doing this other than a couple people we've told in passing, which has been a funny kind of thing to tell people. What's a good goal for me to have to feel like I can gain momentum in this venture? Because also, if anyone out there can relate, I have ADHD. I'm unmedicated. ADHD, I'm unmedicated. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I don't stick with projects for very long at all, which comes at a detriment to me because I do identify as a creative person, but when you can never follow through with a creative venture or project, it kind of is soul crushing. Like, you just kind of feel bad about yourself all the time because you can never finish anything, and then it causes this whole existential of like, what do I like, are the things that I even want to do what I want to do? Like, who am I trying to be? Am I trying to be something that I'm not? Like, what is the real answer to who I am? What am I doing? What is the right thing to do? Why can't I ever finish anything? Is it because I'm just doing, like, just spiraling? I feel like I need to follow through with this. I don't know, the crazy part of me wants to say like do a video a day to really gain some momentum. Might be unrealistic. You know what? Every video doesn't have to be this work of art. It can just be simple, intimate. It can just be you and I, face to face, eye to eye. I don't know. Okay, well, here's the lowdown. Sunday afternoon, Sam just left for work. I'm sitting here talking to myself, but I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to whoever is watching this video, and I think you're beautiful, and I would like to meet you. I would like to hear from you. I'm just trying to put good vibes out into the world. That's all we're here to do.
Just good vibes.
And I'm an extrovert. I'd love to chat. I mean, so far I'm enjoying it. Sam and I have a blog as well. You know, it's there. It's there. Did you know that building a website is the most frustrating thing you could probably ever try to do in your whole, like, creative existence? Yeah, it's not for me. So how I figured out that maybe that this was a better fit for me was like, I always come back to this idea every 1 to 2 years, but never do anything about it. I should probably do something about it so that if I end up not liking it, I can at least stop thinking about it, you know? The other thing is I've had this epiphany through reading articles about people and I guess their experience in their 20s. And I should do a whole video about the lies that you're fed about being a 20-year-old. Anyways, so the epiphany that I had was you can romanticize something that you think that you want to do in the way that you're seeing yourself at the end of the journey and being like, I am so in love with what that looks like. And then when you start to work towards it, it just feels like you never want to do it. You're always making excuses to put it off. It's torturous to work at it, but you're so in love with the final product, but you don't want to work on it because you're lying to yourself that you like doing it, but you guilt yourself because you have to do soul torturing work to get to where you want to be. The epiphany that I've had in the last week is that if you aren't in love with the process, it's not for you. So I was like, holy crap, blogging. might not be for me. I've always identified as a writer because I do like writing, but everything between spilling, like doing a brain dump on the page to like getting published by, I don't know, like a magazine or something and actually getting paid to write, everything in between those two things, I hate doing. I hate editing. I hate editing. I hate editing, which is the bulk of the work when it comes to writing versus like editing a video. That is like 1,000 times more fun. So I'm switching gears more so because the process of this 1,000 times more enjoyable for me than the process of blogging. So I'm not gonna totally quit blogging because I've already invested a bunch of time and money into it, and Sam's better at editing than I am, so like he can just edit my stuff and that's like fine. But in terms of creating the things that I feel capture my personal expression to the fullest, I don't think writing is it for me. And that is so freeing to me at this moment because since I was like 18, I was like, I have to be a writer because I've told everyone that I want to be a writer because I think that I want to be a writer. I think that I'm meant to be a writer. But it's been such a struggle to be a writer that now I'm just setting myself free by being like, you don't actually like doing it. You like the idea of doing it. You like the initial, you know, every once in a while when you get a spark and you just jot it all down and then you're like, wow. You know, I like writing for myself, I guess. Writing for publications, I can't, no, it's not for me. But doing this, for me, it's a lot more gratifying. All right, so I guess I'm gonna end it here. It's enough of me babbling. This was great. The time went by really fast.
I hope that this was okay.
But you know what? I'm gonna be the decider of that because this is for me. But it's also for you because I want to connect with whoever is watching. That's the whole purpose, is I want connections with people who want to have conversations with me in a non-egotistical way. I just want to like hang out. I just want to hang out, okay? Just want to be here to hang out. Good vibes only. Stay true, pony boy. Oh, I gotta do the thing. Like, comment, subscribe. I feel like it'll be like having a big sleepover party all the time. Well, that'd be cool.